Better than popping pills, you see. Eat a whole butt of garlic every day and you'll be in great shape. I don't eat this one, I just wear it for the day. But I do want to show you how garlic is eaten. Where did I put my big one? Here it is. How garlic is eaten in Gilroy, California, which is where 90% of all of the garlic that is used in our culture is grown. In America, I mean, 90%. And you know, we're eating 3 times as much garlic now as we did 10 years ago. And we owe it all to the European influence within our culture, to the Greeks and the Poles and the Jews and the whole works, you see, who say, none of those are European. All right, give up. In any case, and then the French, you see, who say garlic is important and necessary in your diet, and the Italians. So I'm going to slice up some garlic, and it's served like this at the Gilroy Garlic Festival in California. The place is about 90 miles south of San Francisco, so if you want to go to the festival, why, hop to it. There you are. Now, I need some brown bread, some black bread. Oh, there it is. And what you do, don't laugh at me now, is you put some garlic slices on the bread. Yes, that's it, that's it, that's it. And a little salt. Are you ready? It's very good for you. It's very good for you. Elephant garlic is not quite as strong as regular garlic, but this is still enough to send me into rapture. I tell you, the stuff's incredible. Try and find some. It's now and then you can find it in fancy gourmet catalogs. Some guy in New York sells it for about $20 a pound. I think that's a little much, but you can find some. I have another friend who helps me here in my kitchen who claims that as a child, and she's Russian, they used to take a piece of Russian black bread, you see, just like this, and then rub garlic. And these are the little coals, you see. Rub garlic on the crust. There. Ready? And this was an after-school treat for her. I've never tried it. We'll see. Wow, is that hot? You've got to keep chewing that bread. But it's awfully good. I'm not going to have any blood problems tonight, I'll tell you that. Let's try some more. There's so many things we should cook. If you want to make a spaghetti sauce in a hurry, then simply saute some garlic in a bit of olive oil. There we go. I'm going to chop up some elephant garlic because that'll be quickest for us. Saute some garlic in olive oil, and I don't want it to be quite toasty. I want it to be not quite brown, you see. There we are. And we'll saute this in olive oil for just a few minutes. I don't mind the big chunks because they're going to cook down. Look at that. That's 1 clove of garlic, and I've already used some of it. Remember to turn your knife over when you're going to scrape something off your board. Don't use the sharp part. Turn your knife over and use the dull part. That way you're not going to dull your knives, right? Well, it is right in any case. Every chef should tell you that. But most of us get into the habit of doing very bad things in our kitchen, and we have to keep sharpening our knives all the time. We shouldn't have to. Okay, now we get some olive oil into that. There we are, and let that simmer for a minute. How much olive oil? Well, I've got 5 or 6 cloves of garlic and a couple tablespoons of olive oil. We'll let that cook for a bit. In the meantime, let's see, we need some whipping cream, and we need some pepper, and we need some grated cheese. There, this dish will be all ready now. The pasta, by the way, has already been cooked, and I'll show you a good secret, a trick about this. The pasta has been kept in cold water after it was not quite tender, so that all I have to do now, you see, it's not quite cooked to fulfillment. So now what I need to do is to drain this, and then I can easily throw it into boiling water in a colander. There we go, and it'll be ready in just a second. Just at the time I need it, you see. That way I can have hot pasta whenever I want it, and I don't have to tell everyone to wait. A lot of restaurants do it this way too, and you can cook pasta at the last minute. Just a second here. Okay, that'll be ready right now. I need some more boiling water. I think I'll throw in some of this garlic water here. There we go. Now we're set. All right. My garlic is not quite finished, but very close. There we are. Now to that, I want to add, to my garlic, I want to add a bit of whipping cream. There. Oh, just garlic and olive oil. Add some whipping cream, straight, right out of the old box there. There it is. Okay. If you're a garlic freak, at this point you're in a moment of hysteria. I know you're yelling and screaming at everyone else in the family to watch, and they're probably wondering about you, but you and I understand each other, don't we? Garlic is heavenly stuff. All right, we're ready for the pasta. There we go. Be sure to drain this now. You don't want water on the platter. There we go. And now I'll prepare the sauce for you. It's very, very simple. Here, it's just come to a simmer now. So it's finished. Put the sauce over our pasta. White on white. Look at that gorgeous. That elephant garlic has a green tinge to it, doesn't it? Isn't that beautiful? We need some pepper. If you want to put a little salt in your sauce, well, of course you're welcome to do that. But I really prefer to just enjoy the garlic. And some cheese. And this is what I would call garlic pasta. What else could you possibly call it, for heaven's sakes? All right, are you ready? One more. Garlic pasta. There. And finally today, I want to keep my pan rolling here. I want to prepare a dish called hot bath. It's called bagna cotta. It's from Italy, and it's simply a good excuse for eating garlic and anchovies. So in a small pan, I want you to saute in olive oil, a smidgen of olive oil, 3 or 4, maybe 5 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to chop them up. The pan is already hot, you understand. So in they go. Remember the back of the knife. In they go. And I'll add some olive oil to that now. Bagna cotta, which is the Italian phrase for hot bath, or what we would call, the French would call a bain-marie. And I'll show you how it's used. Okay, go ahead. Here, come on, cook olive oil, cook garlic. Isn't that beautiful? Now we want to add 4 or 5 anchovies to that. And I'm going to simply mash the anchovies up. These are beautiful anchovies. These are salted Italian ones, you see. So you're not going to have to add any salt to this dish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's plenty. We'll put these on another little dish here. And I'm just going to mash them with a fork. I've tried this with anchovy paste, and it just isn't as good. Just doesn't work. And we want to cook our garlic until it's soft. And it's doing nicely now. And then we're going to put our anchovies. What a paste we have now. There we go. Our anchovies will go into the pan, along with the olive oil, a little bit of olive oil, and the garlic. Please don't use a metal fork in your pans. You're going to ruin them. And we'll cook this until better turn the heat down on you here. Just medium heat will do. Cook this until the anchovies soften a bit. They'll kind of turn to a paste. You see what's happening? They're just all kind of coming apart. We're ready. There we are. If you have decided that this is a rich dish, boy, you're really clever today. Because it's murder. Now that will go into a pot that I have prepared here for you. This is a bain-marie. It is a double boiler, you see, or a bagna cotta. It has hot water in the bottom, and into that we're going to pour our anchovies, olive oil, and garlic. And in that already I have a half of a cup of olive oil and 1 stick or 1 cube of butter. Melted. So that's the whole recipe. Have you got that? I'll give you the whole works now. We have in the bain-marie a half a cup of olive oil and a stick of butter. We've melted that. And in a frying pan we've sauteed several cloves of garlic, 3 or 4, in a bit of oil, and we added 5 or 6 fillets of anchovy, salted and mashed up, sauteed those separately in a pan, then added them to our bagna cotta. We need some salt and pepper now, and this is ready to go. How am I going to serve this? Funny you should ask. I'll show you how. And it's done this way in Italy. There we are, some pepper. I'm sure we're not going to need any salt. And the bagna cotta is now set. Here we go. I need a pot holder, and I'm going to put this on a sterno burner or something that would be helpful for your table. You see, you don't want to burn the place up. But the idea is to keep this very hot during dinner. And this is how it's eaten. All right, are you ready? You take a pickle, I shouldn't say a pickle, a cucumber stick, and you dip it in the the dip of the bagna cotta, and gobble that one up, you see? I cannot tell you, and I would never lie to you, I cannot tell you how delicious that is. Or how about a green onion? Or a celery stick? Or, if you're ready for really wild things, try a bit of endive. And endive is terrific in this. You just roll it into a kind of a stick, you see. I'm going to stand here and eat all day. Isn't this great? You stop by and I do nothing but eat in front of you. I think the lettuce is my favorite one. That's great. And of course, you must also have a big pile of bread on the table, and you dip that into the pot. Garlic is an absolutely colossal food, and you can enjoy it. Its history is so strange. It goes back to Egyptian times. We see it arriving in just about every culture you can possibly imagine, with the exception of the Eskimos. They're the only people I know that don't eat garlic, and I think it's a shame. They should probably have some too, but they're not really into that. In Greece, we see it as a symbol of strength and courage. You wore garlic, you breathed garlic, you rubbed garlic on the soles of your feet when you went off to war to give you great strength. And in the Bible, there's a marvelous light in which Moses is out in the middle of the desert, and all of the children of Israel are running along behind him, and they're really becoming frustrated. They're becoming angry because they're starving to death, you see? That's a major problem. And you know what they say to him? They begin yelling at him, and they call him, literally in Hebrew, they call him a dum-dum. And they say, Moses, at least in Egypt, we had leeks and cucumbers and garlic. That's how gorgeous it was, and that's how heavenly the stuff is. And it's still the case. In medieval Europe, garlic was expected as a great medicine. You had to wear it all the time. Great stuff. And I'm convinced you should wear it now. So these are the dishes today. I made a bagna cotta for you, which is this hot bath, you see, and this will be kept hot on the table. And into that we can dip all kinds of vegetables. It's really olive oil, garlic, butter, and anchovy. That's all. And it's terrific stuff. We made an aioli, and the aioli was a paste, you remember, a mayonnaise, a garlic mayonnaise, that in this case we put over potatoes. And we can also put it over chicken. I made a baked garlic for you. Glorious stuff that you simply squeeze onto a piece of bread or toast, you see, and enjoy it that way. We made a garlic pasta. We made a Russian salad. Look at this stuff, you see. And this Russian salad, you remember, is not going to be worth a thing for at least 3 days. You're sitting here waiting. I can just feel it. You're sitting here waiting for me to pick that up and eat it. Well, I'm not going to do it yet because it hasn't waited for 3 days, you see. But at the end of the 3 days, then I will enjoy it. There's the garlic. The elephant garlic is not for elephants. It's for you and I. And garlic should be enjoyed by everyone. It's a classic bit of flavoring and a great bit of health. So enjoy it with your family and enjoy one another. And then give them a kiss. I'm glad we could be together today. This is the Frugal Gourmet breathing for you. Until I see you again, I bid you peace. Bye-bye.